Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to show y'all how I do my eyebrows. So I use the Revolution Pro Define and Fill Brow Pencil in dark brown. You can get this at Ulta for like $8. It has a pencil side and has a spoolie. I like this one because it has a little bit of a weight to it, so it's not like super light. First thing I do is I'm going to comb through the brows. Then I'm going to start at the front of the brow and go ahead and outline the bottom part. I like to do my brows before I do my eyeshadow just because I feel like it helps me frame what kind of eyeshadow look I'm doing for that day. So I'm going to, like I said, start at the bottom and make sure I like that arch. And then I'm going to use the spoolie side just to blend that line out just a little bit. I don't like my brows too harsh. I like my brows to look super hairy, but not like way too bold. Then I'm going to start at the top. In the middle of the top, I try not to mess with the beginning part of the brow too much, just because, like I said, I want my brows to look pretty hairy. I also like to like frown a little bit just because I feel like it gives me a better like shape of my brows as well. And then with any sparse areas, I'm just gonna go in and do light hair strokes and just fill in those areas. Since we are in quarantine, I haven't got my brows waxed or anything like that. So my brow hairs are a little bit longer than usual. I'm trying my hardest to not touch them too much because I really don't want to mess them up. I want to wait for everything to open back up and then go get them waxed. So that part right there, I was just showing y'all, like, it's okay if it's a little messy, if you have lines that aren't completely straight, because we're going to go in later on with some concealer and, you know, clean it all up. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel, and I'm going to put that on my brows first to get my brows in place, so when I do carve them out with concealer, that they'll be out the way and they won't get concealer on the actual brow hairs. So for the brush that I'm going to use, this is a ColourPop brush. I don't even know if they carry this one anymore, but any type of flat concealer brush, you can go ahead and use that. And then this is the Graftobian High Def Glamour Cream Warm Palette number 3. So this is really like for foundation and concealer. I use it really just for concealer. This is also for my kit, but since we're in quarantine and I'm not doing makeup anytime soon, I'm gonna just go ahead and use it. So I'm taking that second shade and I pick some up with my brush and warm it up on the back of my hand. And then I'm using the side of the brush to go ahead and carve out my brows. So the first run I do with the concealer, you can see I don't get too close to the brow. I'm going to kind of ease my way into it, because once you just go full in with the concealer, like, you'll have to like take it off and, you know, start your brows pretty much over, and I don't want to do that. So the shape that I go for is nothing crazy. It's not really a straight brow. It does have an arch to it, but nothing like overly arched. And I want that bottom carve out to be as straight as possible. As far as the lines, I want them to be nice and smooth. And then I'm going to kind of like fill in that brow bone area with that concealer. And then I'm going to get my IT Cosmetics Ultimate Concealer Brush. I think that's what it's called. And I'm going to blend that out pretty much on the rest of my lid. So this step, it helps your brows look, of course, like it makes them look good. And then also it cancels out any discoloration on your eyelid when you're prepping it for eyeshadows. So the next step is optional. You do not have to do this. I just started doing this step, and I was also filming like another video in between this one, so that's why like my top has changed. But once I have my eyebrows on and I do my eyeshadows and my foundation, I like to carve the top of my brow. Now, like I said, this is something I'm new to. I don't know. I feel like it does make it look a lot crisper. So if I'm going somewhere, I would probably do this. But like if I'm just throwing brows on, I probably will not do this step. But I'm doing the same thing as I did at the top. I'm taking that concealer and I am just carving it out to the shape that I like. I have some foundation on my face, but I haven't like blended it all over. I like to do it like all this together because I think the blend is a lot better, and I don't want the carve out to be too noticeable when, you know, my makeup is completely done. Once I carve out that shape, I just take that same concealer, well, that blending brush, and I'm just going to buff that in, put on my foundation and everything else, and that is pretty much it. That's how I do my brows. My brows are naturally like super hairy, so if you don't have that much hair, it's fine. Just do light strokes and y'all should be able to achieve the same thing. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.